มสาระความรู้ก่อนใครได้ที่ RSU Wisdom TV ทางระบบทีวีดาวเทียมหรือผ่านแอปพลิเคชัน RSU Wisdom TV ดาวน์โหลดแอปพลิเคชันได้ที่ Google Play และ App Store
Welcome back to the program. And up next, of course, just like every week, we have interesting topics coming up in the ASEAN interview. Let's go check it out. Welcome back to the program. In ASEAN interview today, we have a special guest joining us from Myanmar. His name is Tet Nangja, or Kun Eddie, studying in Thailand for the past 5 years with a major in communication arts. Kun Eddie is now a third-year student at Rangsit University and has been through Thailand through thick and thin, through several situations, whether it's the floods, the military coup d'etat, or the recent referendum, and he'll talk about how that has affected or impacted the perspective of foreign students from Myanmar on Thailand and its reputation. So joining us, Kun Eddie. สวัสดีค่ะ Thank you for joining us today. Kun Eddie, starting off, you've been through Thailand for the past 5 years and you've seen the country go through very many different types of obstacles and hurdles. So you've observed Thailand from, say, a third-person perspective. Okay. So far, starting off with the flood situation, you came initially in 2011 to Thailand, and you were welcomed by the floods. How did you feel then?
I feel that because I've never seen it before, because in my country we don't have that kind of natural disaster, but we have some kind of storm, but no flood like so high like that.
Not in Yangon.
Yeah, not in my country. So I see like I was shocked. Because I can see the water level that on the street they have a wall, right? But the color is different. So I can see that water levels were here.
Right.
So I saw some pictures that people going with the boat around university.
Right.
Yeah.
Were you on the boats at the university, Rangsit University?
No, I'm at home.
I see. Yeah. Wow. So despite the flood situation, that still hasn't changed your mind about coming to Thailand?
Not really. Yeah.
So you've seen how the country handles itself in these such cases of natural disasters.
Yeah, I saw they build up the dam and they build up all the water sewage system better than before.
So a big improvement from then on.
Improvement.
Well, moving on from the flood situation over to the coup d'etat in the military coup in 2014. You also witnessed all of that happening around Thailand. What are your thoughts?
I thought in the other way they have to do the right thing, for the military to protect the country, because at that time there's like too much violence with the yellow shed and Russia. They have too much violence in the city. And also for us, we are like foreigner. We would like to travel around the city Bangkok. Like we don't feel safe if we go out to travel, like go shopping in the Bangkok, Siam, and that kind of area is like so dangerous for us, because we're like a foreigner student. So I think like they make the right decision to start a military coup, and they take control of everything.
Coming from a different perspective, a background that's quite similar, because Myanmar had been, you could say, governed by a military government for decades.
Many years.
Right. So from your perspective, perhaps you could say, governing administration of a military junta could mean more and more security. Do your pupils and friends and colleagues from other countries also share that opinion? Say from the West or from Europe or the United States?
I never heard from them. Never. But like I have a lot of experience in my country, like how we are treated by the government, and like this is all like in everybody's heart. We know it how we were treated by the government, by the military government. Yeah.
Right. So there are a lot of similarities and differences, as Thailand and Myanmar are neighbors that share currently similar kind of
like culture and religion.
Right.
Yeah.
So we kind of go through that same kind of phase,
Yeah.
military government, security, and protection and safety, like you said. Well, talking about the military government having made a lot of progress so far in certain points, you could say, with the referendum, Thailand having gone through, say, 18 constitutions so far. What are your thoughts on that? As a foreigner, as a foreign student in Thailand, does that affect your sense of security in the country?
Not really for me, but like at first when I heard like 18 times, I was like, wow, you know. Because in our country maybe a couple of times, but Thailand is the most in this ASEAN.
Right.
Yeah, the most like 18.
So perhaps an interesting record,
Yeah,
you could
interesting
say.
record.
So does that kind of impact your image of the country? Going through, some people may take a look at that as a country that is always changing and there's nothing fixed. But at the same time, some people might look at it from another perspective as a country that's always improving by boosting and updating their constitution. What are your thoughts on that?
My thought is like it's improving because we're going to the democracy road, right? Like we have a lot of mistake and like it is hard to practice the democracy, and but like you keep fizzing on it, you keep trying to make it improve, and one day we will get there.
Right.
Through like full democracy.
Something that both countries are working on, both Thailand and Myanmar is fighting corruption and weeding out corruption at the same time, revamping the political structure. In Myanmar, the country also plans to revamp their constitution too in the future.
No, in the future they're doing right now.
They're doing right now.
They're doing right now. They're doing a lot of constitution changes. They're doing about like to guard our own nationality.
Right.
With all with religious stuff, with all the ethnic groups. You know, we have a lot of ethnic groups. So yeah, we're trying to make a lot of constitution now, and we're trying to make vote on it.
Right, and it's something that Aung San Suu Kyi's party is trying to really just push ahead and get it done as quickly as possible. Do you think that it'll be quick and smooth?
I don't think so. But before it seems like quick and smooth, you know. Before it seems like, but now is people some of the people they don't actually believe the party that holding power now. So they don't actually believe her, like she's gonna bring the good for the country, good future, you know.
Right.
Yeah, because like I understand that they're doing the big how to say big achievement. They're working on it. It is hard for them, you know. You have to at least give her some times, you know, to working on it. But like some people, like they want to get it now, and I want to get it now.
Right. People want to see change now.
Change it now.
Tomorrow.
But tomorrow. But they don't want to change themselves, like you know, like live according to the regulation, rules and regulation of the country. They don't live like they live like themselves, you know. They live like, okay, we want to get it. We want to get what we want, but we stay like where we are, where we used to stay.
Right. So with these big changes, a step toward democracy, a step toward more, you could say, advanced industrialization, and just really overhauling the system, it takes a bit of time, and it also takes motivation from every single citizen. At the same time, does Myanmar, in terms of what Myanmar is trying to do, in terms of changing the constitution, updating their political system, moving toward, you could say, more industrialization to a certain extent. It's similar to following Thailand in a way.
Similar, yeah.
But very different. Looking at Thailand as an example, in the recent voter turnout at the referendum, what are your thoughts here in terms of interest in voting, interest in changing the system?
Right. About the referendum, I saw like more than 61% of the people agree with the referendum, and the rest they don't agree with the situation.
Right.
So what I thought is, in Thailand they still have like people like divided by the mindset, right? Like some people agree with this and some people they don't agree with this. But for me, I also agree with the referendum because what I see, I just read it. So I saw a lot of section and they showing about the duty of everybody in this country, even king, general, the officials, and every representative, even the citizens, they have to do their duty for Thailand, for their own country. Yeah.
So definitely what we see happening in Thailand, many critics would say, is a way of this constitution and the system really solidifying, you could say, power of the military in a way, but also trying to weed out corruption and also really weeding out, you could say, the bad guys in the system. So on one hand, just looking at Myanmar and Thailand's situation, Myanmar is making a move away from the military, but Thailand is taking a step more toward the military. What do you think about that?
But for me, I think like Thailand's trying to work with the military, like trying to be close with the military and trying to go forward together.
Right.
That's a different in our country, because in our country, the military is a little bit quite far from us, because okay, like normal guy, they hate military, okay, in my country, because we have like many ethnic groups,
Right.
and we have a lot of like rebellion against the army. We have a lot of rebels, like at the border area and
Right.
we have a lot of wars there. So the people, they like, when they heard Burmese army, like some of the people, they afraid, like we don't feel close with the army, and then we trying to be like now the head of the president, we like trying to make it close, trying to get into with the military and trying to go together like Thailand.
Right.
Yeah.
So although there are a lot of similarities in terms of the position of the military in the government, you could say, they played different roles. With Myanmar, the military had been a little bit more removed from the people, but in Thailand, the military has been working directly with the people. So there's a lot of difference right there. So more about you, though. In your major as a communications arts specialist in the future, what do you plan to do with that in Thailand and Myanmar? Perhaps pursue journalism or pursue which field?
I would like to pursue the field of the media.
The media.
Yeah, like news and media, journalism also. Yeah, like, I would like to show the real fact to the people of my city, people of my country. I would like to show the real, what is the fact that happening around the world or also in the country,
The media definitely plays a very important role in Thailand and in Myanmar, in both the political realm and of course in the marketing realm as well. And they play a very important driving role in both countries. So have you observed, say, the media and how they operate, say, in Thailand with politics in the political situation?
Oh, the politician, they cannot be the head of the media company, like that kind of thing, right? I heard that also, but I feel like why it cannot be, maybe he can like try to persuade the people to for his own good, or like he can control the media, so like he got the upper hand in the persuasion of the people. Maybe the fact is that, I think.
So there are clearly a lot of, you could say, similarities and differences once again in Thailand and how the media operates with the government, and in Myanmar, you could say.
In Myanmar, we have a lot of media right now. I mean, like past few years just started. Before we have only government media.
Right.
We only have government. Now we have many private media company coming in.
It's more free.
Yeah, more free, like freedom of speech and everything. They're trying to work on it.
Wow, so over the past 5 years, you've really been observing the trends in both countries, kind of tying it together, several puzzle pieces really joining in together, whether it's media, whether it's the political situation, whether it's social activity and response to the government, and all in all. So still learning.
Still learning.
Well,
still trying to follow the news and stuff,
Well, good luck with all of your endeavors, and keep observing and monitoring the situation as both countries are undergoing big change, and it's exciting times.
Exciting.
Thank you for joining us, Kun Eddie, on the show.
Welcome.
ท่านผู้ชมคะนั่นก็คือคุณเอ็ดดี้นะคะเท็ดนังจอที่มาร่วมรายการกับเราวันนี้นะคะใน ASEAN Interview พูดถึงเรื่อง สถานการณ์หลายอย่างในประเทศไทยที่ผ่านมาเมื่อ5ปีก่อนตั้งแต่คุณเอ็ดดี้มานะคะ2011ก็ได้เจอเหตุการณ์น้ำท่วมนะคะในประเทศไทยพร้อมกับเรื่องทางปี2012นะคะก็คือคูเดตาพร้อมกับการประชามติที่เกิดขึ้นเมื่อเร็วๆนี้นะคะคุณเอ็ดดี้ก็สังเกตการทั้งระหว่างประเทศพม่ากับประเทศไทยด้วยค่ะแล้วก็การเปลี่ยนแปลงที่เกิดขึ้นเรื่อยๆระหว่างทั้งสองประเทศAnd that wraps up ASEAN interview for this session. Thanks for joining us. And those were insights from our special guest on ASEAN interview from Myanmar this week. Thanks for tuning in. That wraps up ASEAN Challenge this week. And we'll see you again very soon next week. For now, สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ